Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So, to know more about the chapter, we should know the parts of the flower. So, the first topic is parts of flower. So, we begin the parts of flower with the female reproductive structure, that is called as pistil, or it can be called as carpel. The pistil can be divided into three parts. The part where the pollen grain lands is called a stigma. Then there is a long process that is called as style, stigma, style, and then the basal part is called as ovary. So, these three forms carpel, either we can call it as carpel or we can call it as pistil. Inside the ovary there will be the future seeds. They are called as ovules. The number of ovules varies from one plant to another. Now, if it is watermelon, so many ovules will be there. If it is a paddy, rice, only one seed will be there. Mango, one ovule will be there. So, number of ovules varies from one plant to another. The next whorl, the next layer comes the stamens. Stamens are the male reproductive parts of the flower. Stamen consists of two parts, a bilobed anther at the tip. It is inside these anther that the pollen grains are found. So, this is the anther, and the process called filament. So, anther and filament together makes up the male reproductive part of the flower, which is called as stamen. After the stamens, the next whorl is the petals. So, from the outer part of the stamen, from the base, we can start the petals. So, this will be the petals. From the petals, from the basal part of the petals, the next whorl comes out, which is called the sepals. Sepals will be green and they will look like leaves. This is how sepals are be. And the stalk of the flower, which is called as pedicel. So, these are the sepals. Now, sepals are useful for the flower when it was in the bud stage, like this is the bud. So, at that time it was the sepals that was protecting the inner parts. This is the pedicel or the stalk of the flower. So, these are the parts of the flower. The female reproductive part is called as pistil. Male reproductive parts are called as stamen. Stamen consists of anther and filament. And then the petals will be colorful if it is an insect pollinated flower, whereas in case of wind pollinated flower, the petals will not be colorful. Then the sepals as well as the pedicel.